Now, the next few days, let's focus on what's going on outside this morning. A little bit of light snow off to the east today. Very, very frigid Arctic air is in place with light snow on the way for Saturday, especially late. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that, but let's focus on our current temperatures, which are definitely different from where they were yesterday. Temps at 30 degrees. We're in the mid to upper 20s otherwise. And, for the most part, we're still cold, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday because the wind is not blowing. Today is not a huge issue, but I want to point out where this is in regards to we have snow to the north, we have this warm front here, and this is kind of working its way. These upper level winds typically move it in this direction. That's what we're focused on here. And as you just kind of zoom out and point out, let's follow this along. And I let this loop for the last few hours. Notice how it's taking a little bit of a northerly turn here. That's where this is headed, mainly on the north side of us. The glancing blow of the snow is going to be on the north side of us, and that's why I don't think that more of us get that today. I'll show you on Futurecast what that may look like here, because cloud cover here, temps in the low 30s here, light snow showers. If you're traveling on 55 north or 70, you're going to run into some of this snow. I have a winter weather advisory to the north. That's not something that we're dealing with here at this point. However, you'll notice that, I do think there will be a few counties that are dealing with snow later on this evening. And so that's something to pay attention to, simply because I do think if you're traveling in that direction, it's going to cause a few issues until we get into the overnight hours and that clears up. For a majority of us, we are going to deal with just cloud cover. I cannot rule out a few flakes of snow for a lot of us, especially even in the metro. I think there'll be a few flakes of snow. It's inconsequential and temperatures are above freezing. That's a positive. So those are a couple of the things that we're monitoring, at least in the short term. The long term and the more important term is the fact Saturday night into Sunday, it is going to get significantly colder. Our bitter cold with light snow continues to settle into the region, and we're going to see much colder air. Look, how cold is it? Well, you're talking 25 to 30 below, and even in some cases even worse, right? 42 below. I mean, this is the significant Arctic air that is bottling up and starting to work its way to the south. Now, it hasn't got there yet, but notice how it's working its way across the international border, and that's what's going to race in here. Now, it's going to be a minute before it gets here, but it's not all that far away. And by Saturday, we're going to watch this dive down throughout the day. So we'll go from the upper 20s and low 30s to the teens gradually throughout the afternoon. It just gets so cold, and that settles in Saturday into Sunday. As it does so, what you'll notice is when we have any sort of wind involved in this whatsoever, it's going to get cold as well. And I think you're going to see 10 to 15 below, maybe even 20 below for a wind chill. Now, that happens here once in a while over the course of a year, but it is very cold when that happens. And that's usually in January or February. This is December. So it's something that we really have to think about, because this is dangerous to be outside cold for less than 15 to 30 minutes, right? So that's where you're running into that. In terms of snowfall, notice where the snowfall really picks up at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Out of our area, the bulk of the snow, if you're traveling in northern Missouri, right across really up, pretty much up 61 to 36. That's where we're seeing more of that. Notice how I let this loop over the last several hours, 1 or 2 o'clock. Watch how that snow continues to stay in far northern Missouri and northern Illinois. Doesn't mean we won't be impacted by some of it, but right now the glancing blow that this provides looks to be a few snow showers in the evening, and that could provide a light coating of snow for some of us. To me, the bulk of the snow is in those far northern areas. As this front pushes through, it clears out overnight and gets absolutely frigid. I want to put this, I like to, especially on these longer times where I can talk to you on the stream, to where we do this from a number standpoint, because this really gives just a raw numbers output for, I just chose St. Louis. I can choose a couple other spots, but it gives us an idea from every time you watch this, say Thursday and maybe Thursday night or Friday morning, I'll show the same thing tomorrow, because we'll watch this number go up or down. That gives us a better idea of, okay, well, there's a shift in the track of this. And this kind of gives me a better idea. Well, right now there's a 24% chance of 1 inch of snow all the way through Saturday night. To me, that's not very good. And it was higher when I got into work. So if that gives you an idea, we've been kind of trending. We've gone from 11% up to the upper 20s, low 30s, now back to 24%. So we're still in pretty good shape in that regard. To me, for the most part, in the city or points north, this is a very light dusting, which still could cause impacts. But this is where you're talking about accumulating snow over the next few days. Well to our north, The rest of the areas to the south, not so much. It's going to be very cold, and there's no doubt about that, right? Our 10-day forecast really reflects that as we go from 39 to our weather impact alert Saturday and Sunday. And the Saturday into Sunday, as our temps fall from 29 to 15, you're going to continue to see significant cold air that's in place. You're talking about temps that will be near a record cold high on Sunday, where it is going to struggle. We're not warming up at all. Now, the key factor for us is this is not going to last very long. Things warm up very, very quickly, and we're going to see temps that are warmer. But it is very, very cold. The significant cold air is in place, and that's something that we're monitoring as we head into the weekend, and we'll have updates on 5 Plus throughout the entire